Hey!
Ho, 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 motherfuckers. Ho, 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 motherfuckers.
What's up, dudes? You're looking Wiki Game Show and we are here to rock the bottom. And now my hands have reached the review of Alan Wake 2. A long time ago, when the grass was greener than now, I was still drunk. Finnish studio Remedy has demonstrated its take on horror games. They were released by Alan Wake. The game has a deep and complex plot, interesting mechanics and a cool atmosphere. But at first, the game didn't reach the masses. That's why the second part of the game had to be postponed and noticed on other projects. After 11 years, the Finnish bros got together and released a sequel. Now we'll see how it announces. And so the game began. We are left naked in the forest like homeless, your best friend. Our main point now is to get out, because it's quite cold in the forest at night, and with the bare ass you can get prostated and ass AIDS. So we run through the forest in search of help. And here are the people in Deer Mask. They probably helping me. This doesn't seem to help. Smell like ass pain. They may have confused me with someone else, so I guess I'll do find someone else. But the reindeer people did not let me go far away. They put us on the table like Thanksgiving turkey, and I won't show you anything further, because otherwise YouTube will do the same to me. In general, the first playable character, Tuki Homeless, doesn't know life until the morning, so we see more alive heroes. This is FBI agents. Saga Anderson and Max Payne? What the fuck? Okay, let's leave it for the later and deal with it later. His name is Alex Casey and he looks like Sam Lake, in case anyone hadn't guessed. Now they are going to investigate a mysterious murder that occurred near the lake where writer Alan Wake once disappeared.
I'll check out that map. Worth memorizing before we get swallowed up by the trees.
I should take a look at that map.
Huh? Huh?
After wandering around the forest a little, we get acquainted with the basic mechanics of the game and also gradually delve deeper into the plot of the game. So we got to the scene of the murder and examined the corpse. So we find signs of Alan's life, like the page of manuscript. The conclusion is simple. Everything is very complicated and you need to go to the morgue for the autopsy. We arrive in the city, interrogate people, find all the details of the investigation and decided to autopsy the corpse. Then the local sheriff says that he has other pages of manuscript, so he needs to give them to us. But he does not do this. He is kidnapped by a flashing light bulb. But that is not all. Our old friend, the bare-assed turkey bum, decided to rise again and screw everyone. Max Payne Alex Casey doesn't let him get his 2 pistols, so he decided to lie down to rest. And finally for us is our first enemy. Having soiled our pants, we ran to check if everything is in order with the corpse. Then we're reminded the corpses shouldn't move, so we find a gun and try to kill him. But the evil lightbulb kidnapper steals the corpse first. Such an exciting story awaits us. I will not spoil it further. Buy, download and enjoy. It's time for us to discuss gameplay. In reality, Alan Wake 2 doesn't have many different complex mechanics that they complement each other in the game. But let's talk things in order. Our first and main ability is a flashlight. It contains all the connections and large number of mysteries. With riddles, everything is quite simple. We can shine a flashlight on the key objects or solutions to puzzles. So let's see on the firing. Our opponents are protected by a shield, which can only be removed by shining this enemy's flashlight. Is it interesting? Yes, but only the first 3 or 4 hours of the gameplay. Then the mechanics get boring and you start to avoid battles. Shooting is fun. I feel each weapon is weight and recoil. You can feel hits on enemies, and at first you feel like you are in a survival horror. Do you remember how I said that it gets boring over time? That's right. Over time you begin to avoid battles, your ammo accumulates, and then at the end of the game you, like Rambo, take out all your stash and the final boss crumbles into dust. I don't know whether this situation can be called a problem, because Resident Evil has a similar disease, so judge for yourself. By the way, what is the name of the game? Ah, yes! Alan Wake 2! Damn! We can still place Alan here. By the way, he's locked in the Dark Monastery, so the gameplay for him is a little different. The flashlight shootout haven't gone away. But new funny things have been added. Alan is a writer and he has the power to change reality. These are its core mechanics. Everything in the Dark Monastery is unreal, and Alan's manuscripts can change this place. To do this, we need to look for inspiration and then rewrite the local beauties as we see fit. Well, in this way we can say that the gameplay as whole is interesting, but over the time it begins to get boring, if not for one thing. The story. This is why I kept playing Alan Wake. Sometimes I was bored, sometimes I was farming. I've got googled this solution of these fucking stick figure riddles a couple of times, but I continued to play. The story of this game and the atmosphere of this game is cool. I was just curious to know how it would end. And no, I couldn't just Google it. I wanted to go through this game with my own fucking hands. I told you about the plot above. Complex, confusing, ambiguous, but interesting. I won't say that it's an absolute masterpiece. Maybe I just like the same Lake style. Nevertheless, I like it. What about the atmosphere? Well, it is. At least in the beginning, you know, Alan Wake, like other survival horrors, cannot fully maintain and intensify the atmosphere all the time. Gradually, opponents stop seeming so scary and bosses become expanded. I won't say that this makes the game bad. Ultimately, even the legendary Resident Evil loses its atmosphere by the end of the game. But I'll be honest, at the beginning of the game I got my pants dirty so quickly that they didn't have time to wash. Perhaps the most controversial moment in the game. Many people critique the graphics, talking about the poor face animation and the graphics being soapy in the general. I don't think so. I quite like the graphics in the game. It looks stylish and quite realistic. Insertions with real actor only add the overall realism of the game. For me, the game looks delicious. There has never been a time when I walk around the world and stopped somewhere and said, shit. Everything was beautiful and spectacular. Well, what we can finally say about this game? I like everything, and judging by the Game Awards, not only I like it, but also almost everyone who played it. Yes, the game is not perfect. It has its problems, tiring gameplay and few mechanics. Some people think the graphic is soapy, but all these shortcomings are covered by a great plot and every pleasant smooth control. Let me remind you that we have a Golden Peanuts Awards, and I honor it to the game. And that's all. Subscribe, like, press the bell, and be sure to write in the comments what you think about Alan Wake 2 and what game you would like to see reviewed next time.